I'm eating a lot of protein and vegetables and walking. That's what I'm doing. We're approaching the 200-pound mark.
Once known for a life filled with struggle, mistakes, and battles that seemed insurmountable, Jelly Roll has now become a symbol of transformation. The man the world sees today is far removed from the one who once walked a path lined with hardship and poor choices. His appearance, energy, and the way he carries himself reflect not only a physical transformation, but also the evolution of his soul. Fans across the globe have been left speechless, witnessing a life story that has been rewritten through resilience, determination, and relentless effort. Every step he takes today speaks volumes about the strength forged in the fires of adversity, and every note in his music echoes a journey that few could have imagined. This is the story of a man who defied expectations, reshaped his destiny, and emerged from the darkness of his past into a life that is both inspiring and extraordinary. Jelly Roll, born Jason Bradley D. Ford, came into the world on December 4th, 1984, in Nashville, Tennessee. From the outset, his life was anything but easy. He grew up in the southeast side of Nashville, in a neighborhood called Antioch. It was a place where lessons came hard, and survival required both resilience and street smarts. Life in Antioch could be unforgiving, but it was there that Jelly Roll learned the early lessons that would later shape his character and artistry. Family played a central role in his upbringing. His father, Horace Buddy Deford, ran a wholesale meat business. But Buddy's life was not just about legitimate work. He also operated as a bookie on the side, bringing in extra income to support the family. Jelly Roll had 3 older half-siblings, 2 brothers, Roger and Scott, and a sister named Shelby, who were already established parts of his life as he began to carve out his own path. His mother, whose name has remained private, struggled with substance abuse and mental health issues, and these battles often spilled into the home. Despite her challenges, she became the first spark of creativity and inspiration for Jelly Roll, introducing him to the power of music. It was she who gave him the nickname Jelly Roll when he was a chubby kid, a name that would later become his stage identity. Over time, as he immersed himself in music, he preferred being called simply Jelly, a subtle stripping away of the external layers to reach something more personal. From an early age, Jelly Roll was surrounded by music, largely through his mother's love for country artists like George Strait and Garth Brooks. He would sit beside her, absorbing the emotion in every song, learning the art of storytelling, and feeling the raw power that music could hold. This early exposure ignited in him a desire to create, to convey emotion, and to move people through words and melody. By the age of 9 or 10, Jelly Roll had written his first rap song. He wanted to capture the same kind of feeling his mother experienced when listening to music, to create something that could move hearts. As he grew older, this passion intensified. By 8th grade, he was producing mixtapes, handing them out, in high school parking lots, determined to get his voice heard. Music became both a refuge and a platform, a way for him to communicate experiences that words alone could not capture. Life's challenges escalated when his parents divorced when he was just 13. The separation forced Jelly Roll to confront responsibility far earlier than most teens. With his father absent from the household, he felt compelled to step up for his mother, finding ways to provide support and stability. This path led him into selling substances, a dangerous endeavor, but one that he balanced with his musical ambitions. Even while engaging in illegal activities, he cleverly distributed his mixtapes alongside the products he sold, ensuring his music reached places that might have otherwise been inaccessible. Despite the rough roads, Jelly Roll maintained a meaningful bond with his father. Buddy instilled in him principles that would later guide his life: dignity, resilience, and a moral compass that rejected discrimination and injustice. Even after Buddy's passing in March 2019 due to cancer, these lessons continued to shape Jelly Roll's character, reinforcing the values that he now carries proudly. From his first rap at age 10 to his teenage hustles, every step in Jelly Roll's early life contributed to building the foundation of the artist he would become. He carried burdens heavy enough to weigh down most adults, yet music remained a constant force pulling him forward. Trouble with the law became a recurring theme in Jelly Roll's life from a young age. At just 14, he experienced his first arrest, marking the beginning of a series of legal encounters that would continue for years. Over time, he was arrested approximately 40 times for various offenses, moving in and out of correctional facilities as his lifestyle and choices perpetuated a cycle of trouble. Each arrest forced him to face consequences that weighed heavily on his future. One of the most pivotal moments in his early life occurred at 16, when he was charged with aggravated robbery. Despite being physically a child, he was tried as an adult under Tennessee law, facing the possibility of a 20-year sentence. The court's decision placed him among fully grown men who had committed violent crimes, thrusting him into a harsh reality far beyond his years. After serving just over a year in prison, he was released on probation that lasted more than 7 years, a period during which the shadow of the charge lingered over his life permanently, restricting rights that many take for granted. Substance abuse compounded the challenges he faced. Jelly Roll not only sold drugs but also struggled with personal addiction, creating a vicious cycle of risky behavior. These experiences, while painful, later became a source of insight and empathy, shaping the way he would later connect with and help others facing similar battles. At 23, Jelly Roll experienced a profound turning point. While incarcerated, he learned from a correctional officer that he had become a father to his daughter, Bailey. The news ignited a shift in perspective, forcing him to confront the path he had been traveling. The weight of responsibility became tangible, and for the first time he recognized that continuing his previous lifestyle was no longer an option. During his time in prison, he was transferred to the education unit, where he seized the opportunity to earn his GED. For someone whose life had been dominated by mistakes, setbacks, and recurring legal troubles, this achievement marked a new beginning. It symbolized the possibility of transformation, showing that even in the darkest circumstances, growth and learning were possible. Jelly Roll's story later intersected with the legal system again in a more positive light. The Tennessee Board of Parole reviewed his case, assessing his personal growth, contributions, and impact. The board recommended a pardon, which was forwarded to the governor. For Jelly Roll, this was not merely a legal milestone. It represented acknowledgement of his efforts to change, a recognition of the years he had spent rebuilding himself, and a step toward freedom unencumbered by past mistakes. Music became a lifeline during these years. He channeled experiences of pain, addiction, and redemption into his art, creating work that resonated deeply with people who had faced similar struggles. Beyond music, he began engaging with prisoners and youth in detention, sharing insights about recovery, second chances, and the transformative power of creativity and determination. The pardon also had practical implications. His criminal record had previously complicated international travel, making touring outside the United States a legal and bureaucratic nightmare. The pardon opened doors, allowing him to bring his message and music to audiences around the world, expanding his reach and influence. Jelly Roll's journey has never been free of physical and personal battles. For years, he bore the weight of addiction, the scars of childhood trauma, and the literal burden of his body. At one point, he weighed as much as 540 pounds, and this affected every facet of his life. How he moved, how he performed, and even how he perceived himself. Every concert, studio session, and tour carried with it the challenges imposed by his physical state, yet he persevered, driven by a desire to redefine his life. Transformation required confronting these challenges head-on. Through discipline, commitment, and an unwavering desire to change, Jelly Roll restructured not only his body but his mind and spirit. His journey became symbolic, a living testament to the idea that no matter how heavy the weight, whether literal or metaphorical, it is possible to rise, to reclaim control, and to redefine one's narrative. Today, Jelly Roll stands as a man who has taken the hardships of his past and turned them into lessons, strength, and purpose. His music tells a story of struggle, redemption, and triumph, and his personal journey serves as a blueprint for resilience. He embodies the notion that no setback is permanent, and that even the deepest wounds can give rise to the most profound transformations. Jelly Roll's life is more than a story of fame or music. It is a story of evolution, growth, and the power of second chances. From a child facing family struggles, to a teen weighed down by responsibility and legal troubles, to an adult who has reclaimed his life through reflection, education, and determination, his journey inspires and motivates. The man he has become is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the power of music to heal, and the enduring possibility of change. Each step he takes, each song he writes, and each word he shares carries the weight of his past and the promise of a better future. Jelly Roll's story reminds us that no matter how challenging life may become, with courage, dedication, and belief in oneself, transformation is always possible. It is a story that continues to unfold, offering hope to all who face their own battles and inspiring the world to believe in the power of redemption. Jelly Roll's life is nothing short of extraordinary, a story of hardship, perseverance, transformation, and redemption. Once known for a past filled with mistakes and struggles, he has now become a living example of personal evolution. The man the world sees today is far removed from the boy who grew up navigating the harsh realities of Nashville's Southeast Side. His physical transformation, newfound energy, and the way he carries himself reflect a life reshaped by experience, struggle, and determination. Every step he takes is evidence of the strength forged in adversity, and every note he sings echoes, a journey few could imagine. This is a story of resilience, redemption, and the transformative power of music, family, and self-discovery. Born Jason Bradley DeFord on December 4, 1984, in Nashville, Tennessee, Jelly Roll grew up in Antioch, a neighborhood where life was tough and lessons came hard. From an early age, he witnessed both the beauty and the harshness of life. His father, Horace Buddy Deford, ran a wholesale meat business but also had a side hustle as a bookie. His mother, whose struggles with substance abuse and mental health were well known, shaped his early world in unexpected ways. Despite her battles, she gave him the nickname Jelly Roll, a name that would later become his stage identity. Alongside his three older half-siblings, two brothers, Roger and Scott, and a sister, Shelby, Jelly Roll navigated the complexities of family life, learning responsibility and resilience at a young age. Music became a refuge for him. His mother's love for country artists like George Strait and Garth Brooks inspired him to feel deeply and tell stories through song. By the age of 9 or 10, Jelly Roll had written his first rap song, blending the storytelling of country with the rhythm and raw emotion of rap. By 8th grade, he was creating mixtapes and distributing them in high school parking lots, determined to share his voice despite the challenges surrounding him. Music was not just a hobby, it became his lifeline, a way to process pain and express himself beyond the limitations of his environment. Life's difficulties intensified when his parents divorced at the age of 13. The separation forced him to step up for his mother, taking on responsibilities far beyond his years. In order to support the family, he began selling illegal substances, yet he cleverly used this same hustle to distribute his mixtapes, spreading his music in unexpected places. Despite the rough path, Jelly Roll maintained a strong bond with his father, Buddy, who taught him principles that would guide him for life: dignity, integrity, and standing up against injustice. When Buddy passed away in March 2019, his loss was deeply felt, but the lessons he instilled continued to shape Jelly Roll's journey. teen years brought legal troubles. At 14, he was arrested for the first time, marking the beginning of a pattern that would follow him into early adulthood. By 16, he faced aggravated robbery charges and was tried as an adult, serving just over a year in prison, followed by more than 7 years of probation. These experiences, compounded by substance abuse, shaped a turbulent path but also gave him insights into addiction and human struggle, lessons he would later use to help others. A turning point came at 23 when, while incarcerated, he learned he had become a father to his daughter Bailey. The news ignited a transformation within him, forcing him to confront the consequences of his lifestyle and motivating him to rebuild his life. He earned his GED in prison, marking the beginning of a journey toward personal growth and stability. Later, the Tennessee Board of Parole recommended a pardon after reviewing his case, recognizing his efforts to change and opening doors for international touring and greater outreach. Music remained his lifeline during this period, providing both therapy and a platform to inspire others facing similar struggles. Beyond the legal battles, Jelly Roll confronted one of his most personal challenges: his physical health. At one point, he weighed as much as 540 pounds, which affected how he performed, moved, and perceived himself. Through commitment to health, mental resilience, and discipline, he reshaped not just his body but his mindset. This physical transformation became symbolic of his overall journey, a visible testament to the internal changes and growth he achieved over time. Music played a pivotal role throughout. Jelly Roll's songs are more than entertainment. They are a reflection of lived experience. By blending the storytelling of country with the rhythm and honesty of rap, he created a unique sound that resonated deeply with fans. Early mixtapes, local shows, and social media platforms became the channels through which he built a dedicated audience. Despite repeated rejections and industry hurdles, his persistence paid off, eventually leading to recognition, collaborations, and a rising career that blended personal struggle with universal themes of redemption. Fatherhood added a profound dimension to his life. His daughter Bailey became a source of inspiration, forcing him to prioritize responsibility, balance, and personal growth. Lessons from fatherhood influenced his songwriting, adding depth, empathy, and authenticity to his music. Through sharing his story, Jelly Roll transformed personal pain into a message for others, connecting with fans who faced their own struggles. Jelly Roll's journey also illustrates the power of second chances. Beyond the music and physical transformation, he has become a mentor and guide, speaking to youth, prisoners, and individuals battling addiction. He encourages others to see their mistakes not as permanent failures, but as opportunities for growth. His life has become a platform for hope, demonstrating that transformation is possible regardless of past missteps. Today, Jelly Roll stands as a testament to resilience, discipline, and redemption. His career is marked by albums, hit songs, and collaborations, but more importantly, it reflects a life reclaimed from hardship. He uses his story to inspire fans, motivate those facing adversity, and show that through effort, faith, and self-belief, anyone can redefine their narrative. Every song, every public appearance, and every personal milestone reflects the journey of a man who turned struggle into strength, mistakes into lessons, and pain into purpose. Jelly Roll's story is not just about overcoming obstacles. It is about transformation in every sense of the word. From a boy navigating a turbulent childhood in Antioch, to a teenager facing the weight of legal and personal challenges, to an adult reclaiming his life through music, discipline, and family, his journey exemplifies the power of perseverance. He reminds the world that no setback is permanent, that redemption is possible, and that the human spirit can rise above even the most difficult circumstances. In every step, song, and word, Jelly Roll continues to prove that life can be reshaped, that pain can be transformed into purpose, and that with resilience, determination, and heart, anyone can find their own path to rebirth. Jelly Roll's life is a story of resilience, transformation, and redemption. Once a young man struggling with addiction, legal troubles, and the weight of his past, he has emerged as a symbol of personal evolution. The man we see today is far removed from the boy who grew up in the challenging neighborhood of Antioch, in Nashville, Tennessee. His transformation is not just physical, but also emotional, mental, and spiritual. Every move he makes, every song he writes, and every stage he steps onto reflects the strength that comes from overcoming adversity and the wisdom that comes from hard-earned experience. Born Jason Bradley DeFord on December 4, 1984, Jelly Roll's childhood was far from easy. He grew up navigating a neighborhood where life lessons were harsh and survival required both resilience and cunning. His father, Horace Buddy DeFord, ran a wholesale meat business and worked as a bookie on the side, while his mother battled substance abuse and mental health issues. She gave him the nickname Jelly Roll, a name that would later define his public persona. Alongside 3 older half-siblings, 2 brothers and a sister, Jelly Roll learned early the meaning of responsibility, perseverance, and self-reliance. From a young age, music was a refuge. His mother's love for country music, particularly artists like George Strait and Garth Brooks, introduced him to storytelling and the emotional power of song. By the age of 9 or 10, Jelly Roll had written his first rap song, merging the narrative quality of country with the rhythm and raw honesty of rap. By 8th grade, he was producing mixtapes and handing them out at school, determined to share his voice and experiences with the world. Music became both a form of therapy and a lifeline, a channel through which he could process his pain and connect with others. Life's challenges escalated when his parents divorced when he was 13. Forced to step up for his mother, he began selling substances to support the household. Yet even amid this illegal hustle, he used the opportunity to distribute his mixtapes, ensuring that his music reached unexpected audiences. His father, Buddy, remained a guiding force, teaching him the importance of dignity, morality, and standing against injustice. When Buddy passed away in 2019, the lessons he imparted continued to shape Jelly Roll's path. Legal trouble became a defining feature of his teenage years. At 14, he was arrested for the first time, and by 16, he faced aggravated robbery charges, tried as an adult. Despite his youth, he served over a year in prison, followed by 7 years of probation. These experiences, combined with struggles with substance abuse, shaped a turbulent path. However, they also provided insight into addiction and the human capacity for change, lessons he would later use to help others. A critical turning point came at 23 when he learned, while incarcerated, that he had become a father to his daughter, Bailey. This news ignited a deep shift within him, compelling him to reassess his life and the choices he had made. He pursued education in prison, earning his GED, and began envisioning a life beyond crime and addiction. Later, the Tennessee Board of Parole recommended a pardon, acknowledging his efforts to transform his life and opening doors for international tours and greater outreach. Music remained central to his journey of recovery and growth. Jelly Roll's songs are a reflection of his lived experiences: pain, struggle, hope, and redemption. He fused elements of rap, country, and rock, creating a distinctive sound that resonated with fans worldwide. From mixtapes in parking lots to professional albums, his music evolved alongside him, chronicling his growth and connecting deeply with audiences who saw their own struggles reflected in his lyrics. Career milestones came after years of persistence. Breakthrough songs, albums, and collaborations marked his rise, earning him recognition and awards. Yet beyond fame, Jelly Roll's music became a vehicle for connection and healing. He shared his story with fans, speaking directly to those battling addiction, hardship, or self-doubt, showing them that transformation is possible. Fatherhood profoundly influenced Jelly Roll's personal life and artistry. Raising Bailey instilled in him patience, discipline, and a sense of responsibility that shaped both his personal choices and his songwriting. Balancing family with career was challenging, yet it grounded him, giving him perspective and purpose. Music and fatherhood intertwined, each informing the other and providing inspiration for many of his most heartfelt songs. Mentorship became another facet of his life. Jelly Roll spoke to youth and individuals in rehabilitation programs, using his story to inspire change and resilience. He emphasized the importance of second chances, the potential of self-discipline, and the transformative power of pursuing one's passions. Through speaking engagements and social media, he became a beacon of hope for countless fans navigating their own struggles. Physical transformation mirrored his personal growth. At one point, he weighed over 500 pounds, and this significantly affected his mobility, performance, and self-image. Through commitment to health, exercise, and mental well-being, he reshaped his body and, in turn, his outlook on life. The physical journey became symbolic of the broader transformation: discipline, resilience, and the ability to overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. Jelly Roll's artistic evolution reflected his life journey. His music blended genres, emotions, and stories, growing richer and more complex as he matured. Each album and collaboration revealed a man who had faced darkness and emerged with wisdom, empathy, and a unique artistic voice. Fans connected with him not just for entertainment, but for the authenticity and vulnerability embedded in his work. His legacy extends beyond music. Jelly Roll became a role model and mentor, inspiring others to face adversity and strive for better lives. He used his influence to help young people, prisoners, and those struggling with addiction, demonstrating that transformation is possible for anyone willing to embrace it. His message resonates globally. Setbacks are temporary. Change is possible, and purpose can be reclaimed even after hardship. Today, Jelly Roll continues to grow and inspire. His future vision includes new music, tours, collaborations, and further outreach, expanding his influence both artistically and socially. Personal growth, family stability, and mental health remain priorities, ensuring that his journey continues on a path of meaning and purpose. He stands as a living testament to resilience, creativity, and redemption, reminding the world that even in the darkest moments, the opportunity for transformation exists. Jelly Roll's story is a complete arc, from a boy facing childhood struggles, to a teen battling legal and personal hardships, to an adult reclaiming his life through music, family, discipline, and mentorship. Every song, every appearance, and every choice reflects a man who has turned struggle into strength, mistakes into lessons, and pain into purpose. His journey is a testament to the power of second chances, perseverance, and self-belief, showing the world that no matter how difficult life may be, transformation is always possible. Even after achieving personal transformation and professional recognition, Jelly Roll's journey has never been simple or without challenge. His life is a continual evolution, a series of steps forward shaped by lessons from the past. While fame and musical success have brought him acclaim, they have also brought responsibilities, expectations, and the constant need to balance personal growth with public life. At the core of Jelly Roll's transformation is his music, which has grown and evolved alongside him. He started with mixtapes handed out in parking lots, moved to self-released albums, and eventually earned professional recognition with national and international releases. His style is uniquely his own, blending elements of rap, country, and rock into a sound that is both authentic and relatable. Each song tells a story, drawing from personal struggles with addiction, family, love, loss, and redemption. Fans resonate with this honesty, feeling as though Jelly Roll's music speaks directly to their own experiences. Career milestones came gradually, but each achievement was hard-earned. Breakthrough singles captured attention, albums climbed charts, and collaborations with well-known artists expanded his reach. Yet Jelly Roll remained grounded, never forgetting the streets and struggles that shaped him. He approached each opportunity not just as a chance to succeed, but as a platform to inspire others, proving that music can be a force for change. The evolution of his artistry is also a testament to his resilience. Each setback in the industry became a lesson, pushing him to refine his craft and maintain authenticity. Fatherhood transformed Jelly Roll in ways fame could not. His daughter, Bailey, became both motivation and anchor. Raising her taught him patience, responsibility, and the importance of nurturing stability in personal life. These lessons influenced his music, with songs reflecting the depth of love, regret, hope, and guidance he wanted to impart to the next generation. Fatherhood reminded him that personal growth is ongoing, and that the choices he makes ripple beyond himself. Mentorship became a natural extension of his journey. Recognizing that his life experiences could help others, Jelly Roll began speaking at youth programs, rehabilitation centers, and community events. He shared the harsh realities of addiction and legal troubles, but paired them with stories of redemption, showing that anyone can turn their life around with determination and support. Through social media, live shows, and interviews, he connected directly with fans, many of whom faced struggles similar to his own. His openness about vulnerability and recovery created a loyal fan base that admired not only his music, but his message. Health and personal wellness have been a continuous challenge and achievement. At one point, Jelly Roll weighed over 500 pounds, a physical burden that affected every aspect of his life. Through exercise, better nutrition, and mental health practices, he transformed his body, demonstrating that discipline and consistency can lead to profound change. This physical journey mirrored his inner growth. As his body became stronger and healthier, so did his confidence, self-perception, and capacity to face new challenges. Jelly Roll's influence extends beyond music and personal mentorship. He has become a symbol of hope for those struggling with addiction, mental health issues, and difficult circumstances.